Residents of the communities of Nabacalis, Golden Grove, and Victoria are now better equipped to advance agriculture development in their communities through an intervention by Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa. This past week, the Agriculture Minister presented to the Water Users Association of these communities a tractor-driven water pump, one that is popular among rice farmers due to its high-volume pumping capacity. The procurement of the water pump by the Ministry of Agriculture is in fulfillment of a promise made to the community earlier by the Agriculture Minister during a visit to the communities. Residents there had at the time indicated their desire to return their lands to the high level of productivity it enjoyed in the past. They had asked the Minister for help in making this happen through the provision of support in various forms. The provision of a pump to help with drainage and irrigation was one of the interventions requested. Speaking at the simple handing over ceremony, Minister Mustafa assured residents of the community that the acquisition of the pump was just a part of the menu of support measures he has worked out for the three communities. But more than just an intervention for their communities, the provision of the pump to the Water Users Association of the three communities was part of an ongoing effort towards the development and expansion of agriculture in every part of the country, without exception.
The last time I came here on the roadside, we met a number of groups, not only from Nabacalis, as the Water User Chairman, Comrade Wickham, would have said just now, Golden Grove, and other areas. We had farmers that attended the meeting. And when I came at that meeting, many persons said that, probably the minister came here a one-off visit. But I want to reiterate the point that was made by the comrade who did the welcome just now, that this minister will go and traverse to every parts of the country. I will go to Port Morant, I will go to Crabwood Creek, I will go to Ithaca, I will come to Nabacalis, and any part of the country I traverse, because my aim and my objective is to improve agriculture in this country. You could be living in Nabacalis, you could be living in Crabwood Creek, you could be living in Region 9, but when you produce, not only you benefit, but the entire country benefit from your production. You might have an income, but then you're making a contribution to the country's economy.
The minister assured farmers in attendance that his work of transforming the agriculture sector in Guyana has only just begun, and that in a few years they will be benefiting from a modern sector, one in which the infrastructure is there to facilitate farming in all its glorious forms.
But I am happy to say, since I have assumed the office as Minister of Agriculture, I am happy to say that we have seen a renewed interest in agriculture in our country. And this is only the beginning, that in years to come, your backdam, your community will be once again great in making its contribution to the country's development. I went and visited Ithaca not so long ago, and I have made a commitment there too, because the comrades in Ithaca told me that they had one of the most important and area where you had a lot of agriculture commodities and agriculture crops coming out from Ithaca. But over the years, we have seen an inactivity because the infrastructure was not done. You had a lot of issues where one group fighting the other group. You had nobody to bring them together. So I told them that we'll go back and we'll form a farmers group, and that farmers group will be responsible to resuscitate the area. Likewise, I am working here with the Water Users Association. I'll be working with all interest groups to ensure that we improve agriculture in this country.
Minister Mustafa also explained his efforts outside of setting up a vibrant agriculture sector here. He pointed to his efforts at the regional level in seeking to dismantle trade barriers that currently prevent Guyana's farm produce getting into regional markets.
Yesterday, you had the conclusion of the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, and Guyana is chairing today the Ministerial Task Force on Agriculture in CARICOM. We have our president, who is the lead spokesperson on agriculture, and I think that the entire Caribbean They are looking forward to Guyana's leadership to improve agriculture in this country. So if we are leading the ministerial task force, if we are looking at barriers, to remove barriers so that our produce can be exported to the Caribbean, that means we have to have the produce. We have to have our farmers to produce. And that's the way that we will work to encourage, to put the necessary budgetary allocation, to ensure that we create the necessary infrastructure so that farmers can have these infrastructure so that they can produce. So when farmers come to me and they make a request that they need something, they need a drain to be cleaned, they need a canal to be cleaned, they need an aqueduct to be built, they need a box to be cleared, they need a tube, they need a pump, I am ensuring that we try our utmost to satisfy those requests from the farmers. Because as a government, we have a responsibility to the farmers of our country, to the people of our country. And we will ensure that we as a government, we satisfy those responsibilities. And we are taking our responsibility very seriously.
Residents of Nabacalis and surrounding communities were loud in their praise of Minister Mustafa's interventions in their communities. This farmer said, "This is one minister who is not afraid to get down and dirty with the farmers."
Somebody asked me why I said the minister wasn't wearing a white shirt. It's because the minister, this minister, is a man of the farmers, and he is not afraid to get down and dirty with the farmers. Minister, we welcome you again. We welcome you because you made a promise and you fulfilled that promise. Even though I tried to trace you, Minister, still I can't trace you. You're like Houdini, all over the place. Getting down and dirty with the farmers. I'll tell you a little secret to Minister. I travel around a little. And everywhere I go, the farmers say they see this minister. So, Minister, welcome. Thanks for your generosity. And I want to promise you that with this pump, we will increase production and productivity because we will be able to do some things with the area that used to be flooded.
Chairman of the Nabacalis Water Users Association, Mr. Kenrick Wickham, said with government support, the communities under his watch will be restored to the production levels they once enjoyed.
Our area has catered for Golden Grove, Nabacalis, and Victoria farmland. And my intention is to see these three areas back on the feet again. I remember when I was a child, my grandparents used to feed my parents and I through farming. And if it was then, we can do it again. By the help of our government, along with the Minister of Agriculture, the CEO, the engineers, and I must say, my farmers who have kept me here.
Farmers and residents also took the opportunity to raise issues of concern to them with the Agriculture Minister. These included the restoration of the Nabacalis pump station, general improvements to infrastructure in the three communities, such as repairs to access bridges, repairs to roads, and improvement of drainage and irrigation channels. In responding to the issues and requests of the residents, Minister Mustafa committed to working with them in ensuring that the issues are resolved. To this end, he has invited the communities to send a team to his office so that along with his technical officers, a comprehensive plan of development for the communities can be developed and catered for in future budgets. The tractor-driven mobile water pump was acquired by the Ministry of Agriculture at a cost of $1.2 million.